On 26th of November 1977, viewers in parts of southern England were shocked and speechless when a sudden interruption occurred in the ITN program. In what should be a regular news bulletin, presented by news presenter Alan Gardner, a message from a mysterious person unexpectedly appears. A strange voice is imposing itself over Gardner's voice, and it seems to have an urgent and shocking message for humanity.
This is the voice of Vrillon, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the silence.
Understandably, everyone who witnesses the strange interference in the broadcast is confused. Gardner, who was presumably informed by his team that the strange occurrence happened while he was reading the news on air, immediately apologized to viewers after the interruption ended. This strange 1977 event became known as one of the strangest things to happen on live television. To this day, no one can explain exactly what happened then, though a number of investigations have been conducted. Who is Vrillon? What is this Galactic Command of Ashtar? Who is Ashtar? What exactly are these supposed alien beings? First, more importantly, was this message real, or was it just a bad joke? If so, who would have made it? We have to take into account that this took place in the 1970s, and it took great skill and considerable resources to pull off such a hoax. These are just some of the question marks that are emerging in the wake of this bizarre incident on the afternoon of November 26th. Of course, most people think it was a hoax and never revisit the incident, but others are convinced it was no hoax at all. In fact, it may have been the most important message humanity has received in the last 5 decades, a message that can help steer it away from the path of total destruction.
We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you. Be still now and listen, for your chance may not come again.
According to spokesman Vrillon, a representative of Ashtar's Galactic Command, humanity has seen them and his brethren as lights in the sky, meaning they come from a distant planet. For thousands and perhaps millions of years, they have watched humanity and taken an interest in our progress. In fact that an alien race has been watching us since the dawn of our own civilization sounds a little disturbing. Again, according to Vrillon, however, there is nothing to fear. In fact, they are sending this message precisely because they are concerned for our well-being. But why? According to him, humanity is on the cusp of a spiritual evolution as our planet transitions into the new Age of Aquarius. The Galactic Command of Ashtar hopes that humanity will be able to do this and join the Federation. But we could only do so if we stopped using and producing destructive weapons such as nuclear and atomic bombs. The message could not be more timely. At that time, the world was still recovering from the effects of 2 world wars. Even then, we still had the Cold War. Everyone was still on edge waiting for the next moves of the US and USSR. Everyone implicitly understood that any small step by either country could trigger another world war. With both countries having access to nuclear weapons, a new world war could end the world. It seems that Vrillon and the Ashtar Galactic Command knew where humanity was headed if not stopped. Perhaps this is the point of the broadcast. But if the message was so important, why was the disruption only happening in England? No one could say for sure. This is where it gets interesting though, because it's obviously not their first approach to humanity. And not even at all. But who are the Pleiadians? In the 1940s and 1950s, stories of beautiful, unearthly creatures spread around the world. 2 meters or 6.5 foot tall, fair-skinned beings with bright blonde hair and ethereal eyes were associated with humans for 3 reasons: to help us reach the next stage of spiritual evolution, to warn us of the existence of conflicts, and to inform us of certain alien races that were trying to manipulate humanity for their own gain. This ancient and powerful race that seeks to help humanity is actually called the Pleiadians. Originating from the Pleiades star cluster in the constellation Taurus, they are among the oldest races in the universe. Curiously, the constellation Pleiades is the subject of many myths and legends around the world. Even more interesting is the fact that although it is not as noticeable as other celestial bodies, almost every civilization and culture around the world has great respect for this specific star cluster. Contactees, for their part, describe the several races of Pleiadians that inhabit various planets in the Pleiades star cluster. The Pieler, who most closely resemble us, the Nordic Pleiadians, tall blonde beings with Nordic features, the Errans, a peaceful but technologically advanced race from the planet Era, the Lyrians, or Lyrans, who are direct descendants of our indigenous ancestral race, the Alcyonians, ethereal beings who have no solid physical body, and the Electrans, beings based on light energy. Each of these races plays a different role in guiding humanity. They also have different abilities. The appearance of some races, as we have come to understand, is very close to that of humans, almost indistinguishable to us except for the fact that they are tall and possess supernatural abilities. Most importantly, unlike the other races who seek to dominate the galaxy and beyond, the Pleiadians are peaceful and highly spiritual beings. They hope that we humans will become that way too. But why are they so concerned about humanity at all? According to the contactees, that is, people who have been able to communicate with them through energy channels, we are actually connected to the Pleiadians. We are both descended from the primitive Lyrans who once inhabited the Vega solar system in the constellation Lyra. When war broke out, instigated by the Reptilians, the Lyrans were forced to leave their home planets. Later, the Lyrans who managed to settle on colonized planets became new races, including us and the Pleiadians. Essentially, you could say that the Pleiadians are our older cousins who are much more advanced than us. Given this relationship and the fact that they are a benevolent and peaceful species that wants everyone in the galaxy to coexist harmoniously, they have every right to be concerned about humanity. For many years, the Pleiadians have watched humanity from a distance, sometimes apparently offering help when needed. However, in the last century, the outbreak of massive wars has forced the Pleiadians to seek a more direct approach. Some are contacting humans and transmitting messages to them through energy channels. These people are then asked to spread the message to everyone. In addition, some of these people have been revealed through vision what the Pleiadians are and what they have been up to for a long time about our common enemy. They have told the contactees that humans are part of a grand cosmic experiment involving many alien races, including themselves. However, some races wanted to use us for their own gain, including the Greys and the Reptilians. The Reptilians, as their name suggests, are an alien race with reptilian-like features and a humanoid form. As one of the most ancient and malevolent races in the universe, they are also technologically advanced. However, reptilian aliens have lower frequencies than Pleiadians. They are also cruel and manipulative. Reptilians have been manipulating human rulers and influencing history behind the scenes for centuries. They are believed to be responsible for some of the most heinous conflicts and events in history. Reptilians seek to control humans and exploit our own resources. Some of them even transform themselves to look like us and live among us. Meanwhile, the Greys are another dangerous alien race. They come from the Zetas Reticuli, from the constellation Reticulum. They are usually exactly the aliens we think of when we are asked to imagine one. They have been implicated in much of the strange UFO cases over the last century and to this day. Concerned mostly with perfecting their own technological and biological capabilities, the Greys are obsessed with conducting experiments on humans. Curiously, most people who claim to have been abducted by UFOs describe the aliens they have encountered like this: small humanoids with unusually large black eyes with grey skin. There is another alien race that is not talked about much, but which is said to have influenced our technological development more than we know. The Tall Whites. The Tall Whites are said to have possessed highly developed technology. They have also shared their technology with us several times now. But the Pleiadians warn that humans should still be careful when dealing with the High Whites. Although they are more neutral and distant, they have a more business-like attitude. In other words, they are not exactly interested in our development like the Pleiadians, but rather are here for the deals. We have told you about them in our detailed video. The Pleiadians are also known to be members of the Galactic Federation and the Council of Five. The members of this organization are highly advanced civilizations that strive to maintain harmony in our galaxy. While the Pleiadians are pacifists, they are also powerful enough to intervene when necessary. Unfortunately, malevolent alien races have already taken root in our society. Furthermore, the Pleiadians are aware that there are human collaborators who have been working with these races for centuries. If humans do not strive for spiritual evolution, then we will either be in bondage to these races or we will be destroyed. In fact, one of the most famous legends about aliens is related to one of the US presidents. According to this popular story, on February 20th, 1954, President Eisenhower was on vacation in Palm Springs when a strange encounter took place. During it, the president made a deal with aliens and allowed the abduction of humans in exchange for advanced technology. In some versions, however, the story goes the other way. Instead of giving technology, the aliens present warned him not to get involved in developing nuclear technology. They urged the president for nuclear disarmament. Only then would humanity enjoy lasting peace and spiritual progress. Apparently, Eisenhower and the others refused. Depending on which version we follow, Eisenhower may have met with either one of the malevolent alien races or the Pleiadians. If he has indeed met the latter, they have attempted to approach the president of the world's most powerful country directly to initiate change. But since it was the height of the Cold War, that obviously didn't happen. So what happened to the Pleiadians? They may still be trying to help humanity in their own way. However, it is up to us humans to prepare for a change of consciousness. According to contactees, the Pleiadians advise us to seek the truth and work on our own spiritual and psychic development. This will help us prepare for possible contact with other alien races. It will also steer us away from the destruction caused by the malevolent ones. But let us see how Vrillon concludes his address to us. You know now that we are here and that there are more beings on and around your Earth than your scientists admit. We are deeply concerned about you and your path towards the light and will do all we can to help you. Have no fear, seek only to know yourselves and live in harmony with the ways of your planet Earth. We here at the Ashtar Galactic Command thank you for your attention. We are now leaving the planes of your existence. May you be blessed by the supreme love and truth of the cosmos. And what the Andromeda aliens revealed about the origins of humanity to military officer Alex Collier, who spent 92 days aboard an alien ship, you'll learn if you watch the video you see on the left of your screens.